Sex doesn't have to be pleasurable for the woman because we're giving them the ultimate pleasure, a child.
The only reason I knew that she was a hooker was because she was like,
she tried to have sex with me for money.
I thought it was rats, so I ran out into the street.
And guys hit by a car.
I almost got hit. Would you like to come back to my house and you can serenade her at my home?
And I went,
No.
yeah.
This is a literal. Hi, I'm your host, Geordie Young. With me are my co-hosts. This is former sex worker Mike James, karaoke Battlestar Galactica, Bill Christensen. This is country dubstep recording artist Charlie Fletcher.
Country dumpstar.
Same thing.
Country dumpster.
Yeah, he's a country dumpster.
No, you're not.
And what we're going to talk about today is the U.S. women's soccer team, which I don't know if you guys know this, but they're a real team.
What?
Vegetables. That's my story.
I thought Terry Shaw was
And of course, we're going to have a fun anecdote from Bill. So, yeah. Strap in, folks, or strap on.
That's the best intro so far, Jordy. I got to tell you.
Yeah, easily.
So worried about the nickname. I was like, "What the fuck is your fucking name?"
I was just coming up with shit off the
Thank
brow.
you, by the way. I will never not be known amongst you as anything other than the country dumpster.
Country dumpster.
I think I was going for a country dubstep recording artist.
You're my little country dumpster.
Be
Don't you
my
ever change.
country dumpster.
My little country dumpster.
Hey, man. You'll
Hey,
always
man.
be my country dumpster.
So, guys, I wanted to shock
I never
you.
should have said that.
I'm shocked already.
I wanted to shock you guys with this.
Pretty shocked.
For the last week, give or take a day, I have been a vegetarian.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Did you guys do a fucking weekly challenge and not tell
No,
me
that's
about
kind
it?
of how.
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
That's kind of well. Since that's out, just so you guys know, we will be doing a weekly challenge, and during the show, if you'd like to chime in and chat with what you think we should do for the first week challenge, let us know. But continue on to my thing. I've been listening to One Life, One Chance podcast, which is Toby Morse from H2O, the lead singer. And he's been a vegan for a long, long time, or at least a vegetarian. And the guys he's interviewing from like the hardcore scene is just basically telling his story on that podcast. Since we're doing a podcast, I've been listening to a lot. You got to be a student of the game now.
Yeah, for sure.
And I remember when I was young and I listened to like Gorilla Biscuits and Youth of Today in particular. They all had songs like Cats and Dogs from Gorilla Biscuits. We're talking about how we eat cows, but we don't eat dogs. And only difference is they were born as a dog instead of a cow, et cetera, et cetera.
More differences than that.
Yeah. But they're both consumable meat. You could totally eat a dog. Ask the Chinese.
Quality's different.
Well, that's only because we don't grow them, mass produce, and feed them exactly what we need to feed them, et cetera.
We mass produce them. We just don't take care of them.
That's quality instead of quantity, is what I think.
I think there's also just inherent differences.
But so going back and forth, listening to this show, I was like, I've never actually even tried to do that, like to see if I could do that. So I'm going to. So I decided not to do veganism right away because I honestly don't have any problem with milking a cow or taking an egg, from a chicken. Like you're not doing anything.
Veganism goes a whole hell of a lot deeper than that, though, man.
Well,
It's like you don't wear
You
leather.
can't-
Cruelty,
yeah.
makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't use certain soaps.
You can't take vertigo
Yep.
medicine because it's just got gelatin in
You
it.
can't go to the fucking dentist because they test those drugs on animals. That's actually all just tiers of veganism. You can do veganism and just with a diet.
Yeah, like true blue.
Now you could
veganism
do
is
This
heavy
goes
shit.
back to
crazy. You could just
episode
not fly in a
2 when
plane.
I brought that up.
Yeah, you could not fly in a plane because it kills animals on the flight. You know what I mean? But that's crazy. So you have to
Have a
live
line.
within the world, right?
Yeah.
But at any rate, I'm not trying to commit to it forever or anything. This is just a self-challenge where I was like, I wonder if I could do that. So I have been.
I have a solution
to
the cruelty stuff and testing on animals. Why don't we just instead test on life sentence inmates instead?
Yeah. Does this shampoo
Ooh,
make
then
his hair look
you're
beautiful?
delving into like real deep humanitarian shit there. Like,
Yeah.
that's
They don't have any humanity left anyway. They're life sentence in jail.
I've been saying that for years. I mean,
Test makeup on inmates.
test everything bad
y'all
on
gonna die first, you
lifers.
may as well look pretty while we do it.
With some silky hair.
No, you draw a line. You don't
The
do
UN
it,
might have
well,
some issues.
You don't. No, you do it on somebody that's, my opinion, just my opinion.
Death row, maybe.
Do it on somebody that is convicted without a shadow of a doubt of a heinous fucking crime, something that was really bad. You're not doing it on somebody that
Well, if you're on death row, I think we can safely assume.
But in California, a person can get their third strike over smoking a joint, and they're sentenced to life. California has a 3-strike and you're out rule. So
does
3
baseball.
misdemeanors and you're out.
Same.
You get a life fucking sentence for something stupid.
I think maybe we can just confine it to death row inmates.
How about crimes against children? People who
Yeah, well, that
perform
should go
crimes
without
Because even
saying.
life
Children.
inmates can
Well,
still
then
get
that's-
parole and parole out.
That's a slippery slope too.
It has to be
because
life
you make
without parole.
Yeah,
It-
but see, it falls under that spectrum of there's people that have been sentenced to death. That
Bill was talking, guys. Come on.
Y'all interrupt me so much. It's terrible. But anyway, no, it doesn't. What I was saying is it's a slippery slope to test like makeup products on pedophiles because you don't want to make them look any prettier when they're in prison. They're already like the target of like all of the sexual abuse, which I guess is fine.
Which is fine, yeah.
Chances are, if you're testing it, though, you're probably making them uglier because of reactions, allergies, chemical imbalances.
True. But for that first 5 minutes, they are super fuckable.
Yeah, so they win. So humanitarian, not an issue anymore.
They get-
We've helped them get fucked
We
in
solved
prison.
the crisis, bud.
And now
Hell
we
yeah.
also
That was
know.
a high five, by the way, guys.
I think it was pretty obvious, audio only.
I don't know, man. We need to have a high five mic designated for when we high five.
I am the high five.
We
Mike.
high five. Oh,
We like put it in the pow.
I was hoping you wouldn't go there.
You're
I was
a
like,
fool.
oh, I heard a joke there.
You're a
Don't
fool,
do it.
and you should expect less of me.
Until it happened.
Now, young Geordie, you will die. So yeah, that's my thing. Does that surprise you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
I was very quiet for that whole when you were talking about because I just didn't know
Where's the punchline?
what to say.
The joke's coming. I know it.
no.
Well, I
mean,
believed you, so I knew it wasn't a joke because you say what you mean what you say. But I was just very surprised. That's all.
yeah. No, I wasn't. I didn't see that coming. I thought you were going to talk about how you recently started eating vegetables again.
Oh,
No, actually,
yeah.
I
That you were
recently-
exclusively
Holy shit.
Now
eating
let's
vegetables.
be clear. As a vegetarian, which I'm not, I'm just on a vegetarian diet. Cheese pizza is fine.
Yeah.
So don't get too crazy about like just because somebody says they're a vegetarian doesn't mean that they eat healthy and all they do is sit there and munch on kale, etc.
I just
Right.
can't be bothered to have that kind of discipline.
I've
in my
had
life.
at least 3 cheese pizzas this week.
I thought you were going to say today. I'm being dead serious.
I did have one today. One of them was today.
I had pizza today as well.
I've been finding they have a 6-inch over like a personal pan, I guess, but it's not a pan.
Okay,
Where?
so
Over yonder.
just personal pizza.
I'm not shouting out because they're not paying me.
Was it like a chain place or a mom and pop joint? What are we talking?
You know, I've never heard of it before, but it looks chain essent.
Mm.
Chain essence.
Like a chain from somewhere else
Chain
that just
adjacent.
moved into town.
Chainy.
I know
Chain-esque.
exactly what he's talking about. I ordered a pizza from there and it was greasy as fuck.
Is this what
Some
it
people
sounds
like that.
I kind of enjoy.
Does it have a green sign?
It has a green box.
I'm the kind of guy that if I get a greasy
Yep,
pizza,
that's it.
I hold it above my plate, fold it in half for like 30 seconds as I get as much grease.
Dip
Oh,
it
you're
in
like
sauce.
Ben Stiller
Dip it
from
in sauce.
Absolutely
Along
not.
Came Polly?
Dip
Yeah,
it sauce.
for the crust, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Meanwhile, Geordie
Hell
would be
no.
the Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's like, "Oh, give me that. That's the best part. Come on."
No. I take the paper towel or like the napkin and get on top
Oh, you
of
are
it
a part of
and
the
absorb it
weakest
up.
race.
No,
That's
man.
fucking.
What
rookie
race
shit.
is that?
Yeah. What is the weakest race?
Go ahead.
I want you to go on
The
record.
fucking people that dip the grease off.
Is
their
that a
pizza.
race or
Do you have
is
a
that
name for those
No,
people?
no. Remember I
Weakest
told you I
race.
soak it up with the crust later,
Oh, okay. Okay, fuck yeah. All right. I
Wow.
thought you were talking about.
but
like,
not off the napkin.
not off. The
I
napkin.
degrease
Dude,
a little
grease
bit
it
and
there,
then I
buddy.
drip it.
Wait. So you wring out the napkin?
No. So
Oh,
I
this
get
is
the
gross.
excess. Like if it's real heavy on the pepperoni and it's been cooked, I get the excess off
Oh
with the
my
paper
God.
towel. Then I eat it so that it's dripping the whole time, and
Okay.
then whatever's been dripping, then I soak it up
Well, we're talking about pizza.
with the crust.
Pineapple on pizza, right? No.
Fuck no.
Yeah, absolutely. Bullshit.
No.
Whatever the fuck you want on
no.
pizza, eat it.
I mean, yeah.
I
you
don't
can-
have any problem with people putting it on there. Sorry, to
I get
interrupt you,
pineapple on my pizza all the
I
time.
didn't know you were so
but
communist.
me personally, absolutely.
Why is a
not.
communist?
Better
It's-
dead
I
than red,
choose it.
Charlie.
I mean, like,
Why don't you move to communist China?
They did
Hmm?
not have pineapples in communist Russia. Let's be clear.
No, I said China.
Yeah, but
Specifically.
commie was like more of a Russian type.
If I moved to
slang.
communist
Red.
China, I
communist.
wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to keep up with the podcast because you can't use social media over there.
you can't. They have a different social media. It's just locked in China, and it's
Yeah, I know.
not. And it's
You
not.
can't really
Because
have
my
any
brother,
fun on it.
was flying to Shanghai, and he's like, "Oh, download this app. You can keep in touch with me while I'm over there." And then as soon as he was boarding the plane, he calls me. He's like, "Fuck that app. Can't use it." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Oh, because they monitor your internet over there."
But at least China hasn't banned
And
porn
everywhere else.
like England.
Well, here's the
What?
thing.
Ban
Here's the thing.
porn?
It
Yeah,
honestly,
like social media, like
On social
internet
media,
por-
okay.
No, sorry, internet porn.
I have
Like
two,
they seriously they try to put it. Yeah.
two things that I want to say real quick. I find it very weird that
Yeah,
they
look
would
it up, 'cause I probably
ban
got the story wrong.
anything
I need to know.
because China and Japan. I
Go
want
ahead.
to say this without sounding like an asshole.
I doubt it.
You can't say it without
Go
sounding like
ahead.
an asshole.
Are basically the same country.
One,
I'm an
China.
asshole.
Fuck
Nope.
you guys for the Yulin Dog Meat Festival. Yeah, and I'll stick by that.
You're dead, man.
Japan, they got some weird shit that they do. Like they have vending machines that dispense little figurines of like naked children
And use panties.
and use panties. Yeah, you didn't know
And
that?
like tentacle porn.
Yeah,
which-
but with
Tentacle grape soda.
But that is normalized there. It's normalized there. In Western culture, it's weird, understandably so.
Yeah.
But that's normal over there. So you can go to a vending machine, spend what?
How many
I
yen?
think it's about 75,000 yen, which is like $1.50.
Wow, you really
for
said
us.
it with some sort of
Yeah.
way, man.
Yeah, well, because the exchange rate is astronomical.
Were you beaten up by a Japanese or Chinese boy as a
Fucking
child?
never.
Of course he was
No.
because they know kung fu.
Yeah, of course. God, I'm such an
Um,
idiot.
I need to chime in real quick before I forget. UK porn viewers will soon have to prove they are aged 18 or older
Okay.
under new laws.
Got it.
Okay. I
So
was
not too
So I
extreme.
was paraphrasing a little bit.
It's just- they banned porn.
Yeah, I
no
know,
more
but you
porn.
can't-
Panic in the streets.
You can't tell me that any civilization that rounds up dogs and brutalizes them and eats them
Mhm.
is
Hey, Charlie, I'm going to take your pizza. You're not euphemism, but an analogy here. I'm going to say they're their dogs. They can eat them if they want to. Kind of like your
They
stance on
can,
pineapple
they
on
can.
pizza.
Hey, absolutely.
No, damn it. You're supposed to go. You're right.
No, no,
Mike.
Same exact thing.
No. They can do it. I think it's fucking
Awful.
ridiculous.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Like pineapple on pizza. Awful.
fuck. You look at
An
a
atrocity.
dog, there's. I like dogs better
Fuck
than I like
you,
most
look at
people.
a dog.
Like a dog is better than most people to me. I mean, I think I brought it up before. That commercial with the little kid fishing the water out of the river. Don't care.
Fishing the water out of
He's
the-
gonna
She's
be
got a
there
little
for a while.
3-gallon bucket.
The only
and
thing
she-
left are
And
fish.
the
slowly dying.
guy with the white beard comes on. He's like, little Esmeralda's got to walk 7 miles to the river every day just to get fresh water for her family. I'm like, fuck you, don't care. Move out of that jungle.
Stop, you,
What
stop.
the fuck is
Go!
happening right
So,
Holy
first
shit.
of all, she needs to stop using a fishing pole.
Should I apologize? No, I don't feel bad for that.
Fuck you, move out of the jungle.
But as soon
had a good
as I
run,
see,
guys.
as soon as I see that fucking dog's puppy eyes and Sarah McLachlan comes on the radio, I'm like spraining my ankle
I'm
trying to
like-
get to the remote.
Yeah, well,
Fuck
okay,
you,
so
move
I
out of that
All right,
jungle.
get
so-
what you're saying.
to summarize,
Maybe it was a
Hold on,
shitty way of
hold
putting
on.
it, but I told you I'm in a lot of fucking pain right now, and I
to
don't care.
summarize, I think what Charlie's trying to say is dogs are way more important than people who live in the jungle.
Oh my god! Ah, fuck you!
All right,
Move out of the jungle.
This will be the last episode of
That's the best thing I've ever heard, and the worst at the same time.
Man.
Oh,
Oh God!
truly a joy.
So far, we've taken a hard stance on New Orleans, New York City,
Death row inmates.
Africa, death row inmates,
Yeah.
and the jungle in general.
Yeah, just fuck you,
Anybody who
jungle.
lives there, fuck them.
Why don't you get a third story flat like an adult?
Oh,
Folks,
you know how
you know
sometimes-
what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get it out there. I do apologize. I'm in a lot of pain today because of this.
Oh no!
For the audio
Yeah.
listeners, he had a tooth problem. That led to an
has a tooth
infection.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That
now
shit
his
is
cheek is
current.
puffed up, and he's high on drugs.
It's not just puffed up.
No, I'm not high on drugs. I'm trying to
Man, I
medicate
gave you
on
an out,
beer because
Charlie.
I don't
Gave you an
have
drugs.
because I don't have drugs.
Ain't got no damn.
It's pretty significant, and it's only on one
Oh
side.
my god! It's women. You know what? I tip my hat to you.
It's women.
I know. Stop. Women, I tip my hat to you because
Incredible. Oh, God.
this pain in my jaw hurts so bad. I can't fucking imagine what you go through during childbirth. I really can't.
As long as you're not doing it in the jungle, of course.
If you're doing it in the jungle, then fuck
Get
you.
the fuck out of
Get
that
on an
jungle.
airplane.
Why
Get
did
out
you
of the
save a
jungle. Or
dog?
take a
You-
fucking raft. There's rivers everywhere in the jungle.
Stop talking.
take a raft.
You banana leaf using
Oh
motherfuckers.
God!
God, it hurts
Charlie,
so bad.
while you're on a roll,
Wow. Oh, yeah.
tell me about the U.S. women's national soccer team.
Yeah, speaking of international influence,
Now,
since you're the
so-
expert now,
I just want to go
Okay.
on record and say they did not play in the
Fuck
jungle.
you, moving out of that
can
soccer
we make
field.
Charlie the official literal ambassador?
Yes.
So-
yeah.
Women's U.S. soccer team.
Uh-huh.
They've been kicking ass lately. All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So far, not.
I had an
Offensive.
entire thing planned out that I wanted to do, but I've been in so much pain that I've kind of lost track. So I'm
Charlie,
just
are you in pain? This is what I need to know.
No, but let's focus here. You were talking about the U.S. women's soccer team. They've been on a roll.
They
just
beat
England.
France last week.
Uh-huh.
I heard there was some controversy.
Oh
About
yeah, the
yeah.
celebration.
About
It wasn't France, though. It was England.
No, there was controversy when they beat France over a penalty kick or something like that.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't.
I don't know the
watch 'em
controversy.
'cause
I watched both
it's
games.
Women's soccer, like there was like
Uh,
Yeah, Geordie, feel
five-
free to chime in because I didn't watch anything. I just read the headlines.
I'm the
While
football
they
expert.
are light years away better than the men's soccer team. I mean, in my lifetime, I've seen the men's soccer team make it to the World Cup once. I think women have made it every.
well, they
single
only
year.
have a World
And they've
Cup like
won.
once every
It's
100
every
years,
4
right?
years. Every 4 years. But I've only ever seen the men's team make it once.
I would like to see them
2011.
play each
Yeah.
other to see the
However,
actual.
the women have been in it every single year, if I remember correctly. They are fucking so
Yeah.
much better.
They're amazing. They've won multiple times.
Yep, you're gonna make a joke about what I just said.
No.
aren't you?
No.
Okay.
I was
Wow.
gonna.
I didn't mean
Holy
they're
shit.
fucking so much better. I just meant they
Wow.
are so much fucking better at the game.
They're so much better at fucking. No.
I'll tell you right now, American women are the best ladies on the planet, and especially outside of the jungle countries, of course.
God. Okay. No. Real quick. I wanted to.
Yikes!
Was there some shit? That I heard that there was some controversy about a gal named Megan Rapinoe.
Yeah.
Something. She
Oh,
got
yeah, so
benched.
when
What
she
happened?
made when she
that?
scored a goal
She pulled
against
a hamstring.
England. Is this the
You're
same-
talking. Damn it! Why am I drawing a blank?
I think it's the same person.
No, Rapinoe was injured on the bench for the entire England game.
Oh, okay.
Not even in uniform.
Pino's the girl with the purple hair, right?
Damn it! Who's our striker?
She's the captain.
Alex Morgan.
Okay. Oh,
She did
okay.
a tea celebration. is what
Oh
we're
yeah,
gonna
she
talk
did.
about.
And then see, people thought that she was doing the joint.
Yeah, but
People
do you remember,
accusing her of like it's a instead of a
do you
tea
remember?
cup, like it's a
I
joint.
think it was
She
like
got
10
trouble
years
for that?
ago in the Olympics when
No, people
Mia Hamm took her shirt off and slid down the field in her sports bra, and the fucking internet went crazy.
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
Everybody was so offended by that.
Oh yeah, that's why I was. Yep.
She went ham. Yes, fist pound.
Absolutely
yeah.
not.
across the.
We're a high five podcast. We don't pound.
Can
that.
we just did it,
where's the
actually.
where's the soundboard at?
No, I didn't plug it in.
Oh.
We need to monitor.
I
that.
feel like across the table we should do fist bumps because there's a lot of micage here and you don't want to slap it out.
There's a lot of micage over there too.
Hey.
It's
So
Mike.
I want to just shout out to the U.S. women's soccer team because they're fucking kicking ass.
Yeah, they're awesome. We're very proud of you.
Yeah.
really big
they're-
win over England. That was huge.
Yeah.
And
Huge.
congratulations on
Nice
equal
job,
pay. It's about fucking
folks. Wait, what happened?
time. They sued for equal pay to the men's team.
Oh yeah, well, fuck yeah, they
Yeah,
should.
they-
It's awesome.
Considering
they-
the
Like I
actually
said,
won.
they
Mike
might
or
play better
Charlie
than the
just
men
brought
do,
up.
so they should get more pay.
Yeah, for sure. Just gonna
The
pour a little
unfortunate
drink.
thing is you can only see them during the World Cup, and like
Yeah.
the women's soccer
God, I had
leagues,
a- I had an
nobody
entire,
can see
like,
them
thing
hardly.
planned out for that. and I
Like a
just
bit?
can't.
You had a whole bit
but,
planned?
Like I mean, I had a bunch.
Well,
planned
you
out.
know, hang on. So why don't we agree if it comes back to Charlie, we'll agree to be surprised, and you can pretend like
No,
start
it's
over.
gone now. I got such a bad headache.
Are you in pain?
Can we clarify that?
Significantly.
Significant pain. Oh my god.
Beautiful.
I'm glad you brought it up because I'm just staring at it.
I know it was bugging you.
The swelling
I
on the
know.
face, I can't stop looking at it.
You ever see?
Also, I think we should have mic'd it up. What was that voice you had, Lord Bill?
Hi, I'm Charlie's infection on his cheek, and I wish someone would have given me an ancillary mic because I would have loved to be a guest host.
Wow, he was
Eh.
ancillary.
and that's the ancillary fifth host of the show, Charlie's face.
I can't believe you didn't introduce him.
I'm sorry. I was
I'm
trying
happy
to.
to be here, guys. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for the post show where we have a melee match to the death. in the
Where Charlie
parking lot.
beats
Hey,
her.
the good news is you just need one clean hit on that side of
All
Charlie.
you gotta do, all you have to do is get one clean hit to my fucking left side, but you're not gonna get it.
Oh god. Oh.
I want
Take
to
a
go on record that I would get it.
I would.
Hey,
You would be the only one that might.
Yeah.
No way, bro. Beginner's luck. I might get a random one off on
You
you.
might
Yeah.
actually.
You never know.
The old
It's
Mike
true.
Tornado.
Remember to dial down the center mic. Remember what I taught you.
I did. Yeah, I got square my hips. Hang on. Plant my feet.
Keep your distance. Use
Is
those
it like
long arms.
Taekwondo? I don't have to turn my fist.
There you go.
Oh yeah, see, yeah,
It's
that's
like,
all my chi comes from. My chi
Yeah,
and my
exactly.
ki.
You need to use your chakra.
My kikra.
That's right.
Also, I have tons of healing crystals, so I'm invulnerable basically right now. So
I
hit me all you
was
want.
wondering why when you walked in and you were jingling.
I got a pocket full of amethyst. Your fucking days are numbered.
You got no chance, son.
And that smell, by the way, is essential oils.
I was wondering who brought the patchouli to the party.
Right off.
That'd be such a good name for like an EP. Pocket full of amethyst. Oh man.
My mixtape drops. this
Seriously though,
summer.
it's funny because there are motherfuckers still out there like that believe that instead of medicine, just incense, crystals, and oils will solve anything from cancer
not
to.
just that, but I mean, until you factor in
well-
like the art of Reiki, you're not going to get
Well,
any
think
real
about
healing.
it. Think about it.
Oh my
Cavemen lived inside of caves with all these amethyst crystals near the wall, and
It's
they're still
just it.
thriving.
Hang on, real quick. So I saw a clip from the Bachelor, I believe,
Oh.
where he was meeting all the new contestants for the new season, I guess. And a woman comes up, she goes, "What do you do?" And he goes, "I'm an astrophysicist." And she goes, "I'm a Gemini."
Yeah.
And he goes, and then it slows the video down. He's like, this wide-eyed, like unbelieving face. And then he goes with it. He goes, "Oh, I'm a Leo." He went with it. I'm
Oh,
like,
bless his
your
heart.
soul. Yeah.
really.
Fucking crack. Oh, astrophysicist. I'm a Gemini. Laughed my ass off alone when I saw that clip. Hard to do, by the way. You ever laughed out loud when nobody else is around? It's really hard to elicit that kind of physical
No,
reaction.
I've done that a few times.
The worst feeling, at least, is when you make yourself laugh out loud. Like you laugh out loud, and you're like, and then, oh man, I'm sad.
No, but do you ever get the one where something funny happens and you laugh really hard, and then like 3 days later you're doing something really stupid and it pops back in your head and it fucking hits you as if you heard it the first time?
The best feeling in the world is what my mom used to call it going to La La Land, where you laugh and cannot fucking stop laughing, and everything makes you laugh harder until you like cramps and you
Yes.
fucking can't
Yeah.
breathe.
Yeah.
That is my favorite feeling on the planet.
What
is
did
when get
you
to a
called
laugh.
it?
Usually
You
when
called
you're
it
exhausted.
guffawing, I think. Like,
Guffawing.
Maybe.
I enjoy a good guffaw.
Mike and I did that a lot when we
Oh
lived
my God.
together. Now, like a boss in the chat says, the guy in the white, which is Bill for the audio listeners, his voice is so dreamy. I would love for him to sing me to sleep. Welcome to the show, Like a Boss.
And hang on, can we just
Yeah,
break for a
so
moment
sweet.
and a quick lullaby?
yeah, let's get a lullaby.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do it in a New Jersey vampire accent.
Lullaby and good night. Go to sleep, little baby.
Is that
or
Bernie
I'll
Sanders?
drink
we
all
didn't say
your
a
blood.
Woody Allen voice.
Woody Allen could potentially have been from New Jersey.
Remember,
you guys don't know that.
occasionally,
He also
a
could be a
blub,
vampire,
blub,
'cause he hasn't
blub,
aged
blub,
since
blub,
Blah, 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 blah.
Like after every line, just a little bit. Blub.
Sounds like you're gonna puke. We should do the next episode in the Mid-Atlantic accent.
Oh, I thought you meant in the Mid-Atlantic.
In the Mid-Atlantic,
Like the region.
in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
And what is that more like the Virginia-ish?
Mid-Atlantic is dead. The accent is dead, but it's like the turn of the century quintessential.
You're talking about like transatlantic, like Frasier.
Yeah, that's close.
I'm Dr. Frasier Craig.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
that's
listening.
close. That's close.
Wow.
Okay, I like
God,
that.
that voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mid-Atlantic
You really nailed it.
accent, I believe, is dead.
Good job, genetics. You won again.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling.
The eugenics lottery, which might be a thing in the future.
Oh God.
Because it's about a point
Maybe
now where I
not.
think you can choose like your babies if you have the money. Obviously, you can
Yeah,
like
you can choose your
I think
baby.
you
your
can choose
baby's like
all of
eye
it.
color and
You just go to
you
the
don't get to choose
nursery
all of them,
and
buddy.
you pick out whichever
Some
one.
of
I
them
thought
are
you could.
accents.
I thought you could pick and choose like eye color, hair color, all that.
little things
for
like
the right
that, little
price.
markers they can change thanks to CRISPR.
Like areola size. You think they do that?
Ooh.
Hopefully, so I can get salami
Why
tits on
I
my
would
want
kid.
my
you
baby to look
want
like
to
to have
do that?
dinner plates.
Salami tits.
You want
I
your daughter to have great nipples?
No, just big nipples.
no awful
Oh,
nipples.
all
of
encompassing the tit.
That's less
Now,
weird.
do you want them
Yeah.
to be ghost tits or you want to be high contrast?
I don't want to talk about baby tits anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to do
Eye
that. Can we migrate to something
I
else?
don't. I was taking it in the context that they're full grown now.
No, he wanted to
Yeah,
genetically
but you
engineer.
But, I
start
mean,
as a
you-
baby just like everybody else.
Yeah, and then like as you grow, your nipples grow.
You're
Yeah.
still talking about the baby's nipples.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well,
eventually,
yeah,
well,
okay,
yeah,
well.
of course,
Well,
baby.
yeah. Eventually, if you're
Which
talking
is the
about
name of
human
this
nipples,
episode.
baby's nipples.
Baby nipples.
Like,
We really get the mom crowd in on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, so relatable. I'm always thinking, damn, I wish I could change the nipples of my baby.
You know, I would go on record that moms probably do think that about like their girls, like they wish they could fix like aesthetic imperfections, so that they would be like good looking and could go marry like a very handsome, wealthy other girl, and be very successful.
Have like a Stedman girl.
Behind every successful woman is a less successful woman.
Can I have the bottle?
Yeah, it's right here.
Uh,
I'll try not to clink it.
tonight on a literal, Charlie gets the bottle opener back from Mike.
What's next? I know we have
That's the highlight.
Well, we're gonna have
Bill.
story time with Bill.
What
I've covered the veggie tables.
Yeah. So
Vegetables.
by the way, also an idea for the challenge is we should also have the listeners come up
Oh.
with a possible losers.
Yeah. So everybody,
consequence.
everybody in the chat right now, come. We need two things. We need to do a weekly challenge.
We could always roll that dice app you have and have the viewers pick the challenge for the week, and that person has to do it.
I don't think we have enough viewers to be rolling on it. We should just take the first one.
have
We'll take what
four.
we can
Maybe
get.
not the first
We'll
one.
take what we can get.
We have 4.
All
and
right.
they
So
can pick
here's
it.
some examples.
Yeah, but one of them's Geordie.
Like
Oh.
vegetarianism or veganism. The guys would be, all 4 of us would be a vegetarian for a week.
No,
Nope.
'cause I can't live off the Impossible Burger. For
Well,
a
actually, it'd
week.
make a great challenge,
You could.
and I
It's
would
a
do it,
challenge.
but I hate the idea. the
Yeah,
record.
that's the idea of the challenge.
Yeah, I know.
You're
I
supposed
just wanna
to
say
hate
it.
the idea.
I hate it.
Not have a drink, pee sitting down for
Only
a
be
week.
sitting down. I was just thinking about. It's really low interference.
Wear
though.
only
Yeah, but
white
that's-
shirts
He does that on a daily basis.
Yeah.
only white
I'm
shirts.
a
I have to buy
exclusive
white
pea
shirts. I
sitter.
don't own
for
them.
the rest of the week. I mean, just there's.
I
some
wear black
examples.
shirts to work.
You have to wear your
so-
shirts inside out if you go anywhere besides work,
So at the end of the show, I'll check out the answers and we'll choose one
Okay.
together as a team.
or your underwear backwards
Okay, I mean,
and
I don't,
inside out.
I think you should randomize it because you're always going to go with the one that's the easiest to do.
That's not true. Have you met Geordie?
I think we're gonna go with the
Geordie's
one.
only
that-
happy.
Okay. So it's going to be 2 against 2 because
Geordie-
we're going to go with the easiest one.
He's only happy when he's doing the most difficult thing times 10. That's when Geordie's living his best life. So he will pick the absolute worst challenge and the one that's most involved.
I
but
think
it's
you mean
not
best.
just on him. It's 4 of us.
I mean,
We are going to go easiest.
are we?
Wow, holy shit.
All
Quit
right.
yelling.
Charlie, why don't you go live in a jungle
Quit
for a
trying
week?
to influence people. that's a good challenge, actually.
It's not so fucking hard. And then you just videotape the entire
I can do it.
experience.
I can
Oh my
live in the
God,
woods for a
Charlie's
week.
Survivor Man, and we make our Twitch channel his Survivor Man
Ooh,
cam.
here's another good example.
I could do that. I can live in the woods for a week.
No
Here's
way.
another good example.
I absolutely could.
I don't think so.
No internet for a week aside from work.
No. Nope.
That would be a
Hell
good
no.
challenge.
I hate
Fuck
I
off.
hate
Yeah,
that.
You
exactly.
underestimate how I grew up. I could live in
Yes,
the
of
woods
course.
for a week.
Everybody is wrong until they prove me wrong.
Okay.
Wrong until proven right.
Every one of these I could do very,
Yeah.
very easily.
That's just how I approach everything.
Do you guys realize how liberating it would be to just be off the internet and
Yeah.
like in your
No.
Off the fucking grid.
No. Nope.
I didn't have a phone for 2 weeks,
Ugh.
and it was fantastic.
It depends on where I am, to be fair. If I'm at home doing regular shit and
Yeah.
don't have internet, no, fuck that. If I'm on vacation somewhere, yeah, fuck no. I can put my phone down and not connect to fucking Wi-Fi or look at social media, no problem. But if I'm just at home or my life hasn't changed outside of normal,
Ooh.
oh no.
Chat just had a good one. Challenge.
I
Be
doubt it.
nice to Charlie for a week with nothing but compliments.
Oh, I could do that easy
Yeah,
peasy.
easy.
I love
Yeah, that's not a
compliments.
problem. I could do that.
Yeah, that is pretty easy, but that's a decent one.
Yeah.
Because we are pretty rough. and
Yeah,
hard on
because
Charlie.
behind closed doors,
Hard
they're
on.
actually super nice to me. It's only out in the open where they're dicks.
Uh,
I don't know if that's 100% true.
It's 100%.
We're also
true.
equally shitty to. Well, that's not true. Bill's really nice to everybody all the time.
I live with
That's
Mike,
true.
and Mike. I came home one day, and Mike. I
Don't
walked
say
into
it.
the
I don't know what
kitchen,
this is, but don't say it.
and Mike goes,
say it.
Don't say
"Hey,
it.
Charlie, have you been in your room yet?" And I said, "No. Why?" He goes, "Go check your room out,
I
bro."
don't know
I
what
said, "I want to cook dinner." He goes, "Go look in your room."
I don't know
Like,
what this is.
it's
I
probably
walk
not
in my
good.
room. Mike had bought me a headset for my PlayStation 4.
Oh yeah, I did because I'm really fucking sick and tired of listening to fucking Robotron every time I fucking wanted to play with you on console because it's between static and loud fucking popping sounds and occasionally the odd fuck from you. It was the most annoying thing in the planet. But I love you.
He's trying to be an asshole. However, he bought me a headset.
So one
That's
time,
very nice of you,
one
Michael.
time,
Fuck
Mike,
him.
Mike was nice to Charlie.
Geordie bent his steering wheel one time because I got jumped and fought 5 people and nobody helped me.
I was scolding the passengers of the car.
So Jordan, your story of Jordy being nice to you was how he ruined
He
a
got
piece of
angry
property.
because I beat up 4 people
Hey,
at
hey, hey.
Abacoa
First, I saved
and nobody
him.
helped me.
First, I saved him.
That should have been the
Yeah,
should have
yeah,
been
yeah.
the meat
That's
and
the nice
potatoes of the
part.
story.
and then I yelled at everybody after we got in the getaway vehicle.
I remember this story.
Okay.
Heard it once, heard it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Well, that was also nice of you.
I know.
Saving your friend Charles.
They were standing on Charles' hand and
he
punching him in the
poured
face.
his beer out one night to help me.
Did you?
Not me.
Oh,
Me.
did you?
Well, okay, so that's a little misleading.
Context.
First of all, I was not drinking a beer, but
Yeah, I was
I
going to
did
say.
pour.
you don't
I
drink
had
beer.
a
Water,
glass of
ice water.
whiskey,
I thought you were drinking beer.
and I poured my whiskey out, and I was going to crack a whiskey glass over a fella's head.
Why didn't you just chug it?
Well, because I didn't have time. I mean,
Oh,
this,
it was
this
a-
shit was like
Got
popping off. Charlie
when
had just
shit
karate
happens with
chopped
me, it
Frankenstein
happens
in the
really
throat.
fast.
I've only heard
And-
because it's never happened while I've been with you.
No,
out-
it's
out and about.
it's rapid. When shit goes south and I'm involved, you got to.
You have like a half a second to react,
Yeah.
or else you're not involved.
So you poured the whiskey out and then just held the glass?
I saw Charlie karate chop a very large man in the throat,
Oh.
and I went,
Like, oh my God, it's Jason Bourne.
exactly. But when Charlie did it, and the guy didn't react, and that's when I was like, oh no. I'm going to have to
This
get
guy, he
involved.
was like 6'5", like 280 pounds, and I thought I'll just come up and hit him right in the fucking jugular and push him back, and that'll give me a chance to move in and hit him. And when I cracked him right here, and he just went, it looked like he hiccuped, and he just smiled.
Oh no.
I
It was
immediately
like an
went,
80s movie.
Oh
no.
shit! Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm in for a really fucking bad fight.
So quick version of that story? How did it end?
That was the quick version.
Like, how did it
that
end
was
though,
a quick
after
version.
that? After hitting him?
As soon as I cocked back to hit him, he disappeared because 3 people saw it and tackled him over the bar.
Oh.
One of the bartenders
'cause-
actually leapt
yeah.
over the bar and like fucking full Nelsoned him away.
Yeah.
Well, like,
well, they
people
didn't like
helped
hurt him. They got him because I was about to hit him. I'm like, that's my last recourse. Like,
Or
the
he
throat chop
was
didn't
about
work.
to hit you.
Or he was about to fuck me up real bad. Well,
I think
either
that was
way.
it's more like your first or second recourse.
Well, mine was to hit him, but when they saw that happen, they tackled him and got him out of there. So I immediately turned around. I'm like, guys, should I close out? Should I go home? They're like, no, we watched the whole thing. You didn't do anything wrong.
Besides punching him
Aside
in the
from throat
throat.
striking a man.
No, this
But
was
if you
this was
saw-
after a lot of progress.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
was-
yeah.
There was a lengthy thing where he was
Yeah.
being a douchebag for about 30 minutes.
I
And
can say-
I put up with it for
I would
a
venture
long
to say
time.
even longer than that. Like the dude was being a
Was
I
you-
put up with it for a while.
Really?
for quite a bit.
Yeah.
For the audience, I've been around several Charlie fights, and every single one of them somebody else started. Just want to go on record.
Yeah.
So even though he does get in a lot of them,
I always give people the opportunity to leave me alone before I do anything.
Just walk away.
Charlie,
You don't have.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Charlie-
Not my impression. Of
Charlie,
you.
Go ahead.
skinny.
I was gonna say I don't think I sound like that.
Do you have a Charlie impression hidden there?
No, you know what? My thing about impressions is like I will hear somebody's voice and know immediately whether or not I can do it.
Okay.
And I
You know your
cannot-
range.
I cannot do Charlie.
You can't imitate gravel on
a
gravel
true, a true
action.
professional.
I can't imitate boots sliding.
You're
across
like the crusher machine on YouTube, but just crushing gravel.
With some sultry
But it's great to
baritone.
hear. Like
Yeah.
it's you and Bill have phenomenal voices.
I would say Charlie's probably my personal opinion. Charlie's the best on the mic, followed closely by Bill.
Yep.
Then Mike. And
I
then
hate the way I fucking sound.
Hate my voice on
Same.
the mic.
You're like if Burt Bacharach were a crushing machine. That's what your voice is.
He
I
probably
always thought Baccarat was like a card game in Vegas.
it is
No, that's
in
is it back
Baccarat.
Baccarat
Baccarat, shit.
and backgammon.
I like backgammon.
Well, backgammon's a game that I've never
yeah.
understood for as
But I
long
played
as
it in
I've
like
been
15
alive.
fucking
I'm
years.
more of a
Yeah.
shuffleboard man myself.
I shuffle.
Hang on, tabletop or slide?
Oh,
Both.
by the way,
Okay.
Retirement community
there
shit.
is a new place in Stewart called Play Money Pinball.
Is it
Yeah,
all
I'm gonna
pinball?
throw their name out here. By the
Do
way,
you get to play pinball for money?
No, it's an arcade.
No.
like, it's an arcade. They've got open. It's a bar in the back. Cheapest beer in town that I found.
Charlie smelled it when it opened.
No.
Now it smells cheap as shit.
No, it's been open for 6 months. I went there Saturday for Ricky Fowler's birthday.
I think you told me about it.
And like what I'm drinking now, which costs you $16 in the liquor store, these are $2 a piece at the bar.
Oh, sign me the fuck up. Let's go to Big Money Pinball.
and what do
boys.
they have? What do they have like to do inside?
It looks like an old, like early '90s arcade, pinball
Okay.
machines, Mortal Kombat, like old
okay.
arcade games, skee ball, all that.
like one up or something?
Shuffleboard, air hockey, $15, unlimited everything for 2 hours, and then cheap beer in the back.
We should do a live show so in the background. you
We
always hear,
actually probably
ping,
could.
ping, 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 ping.
No, and it
ping.
wasn't very busy. Like it's. I don't think it's going to be open that long,
Oh,
Oh,
we should
strike.
get over
which
there while we
sucks
can.
because it's a really cool place.
Well,
Where is it exactly?
It's right next door to where Riverside Billiards used to be.
Oh, okay.
The same plaza.
we may or may not go there.
I kind of want to
It
go.
was. We went.
Tune in
Saturday.
for the
We
chance
had
at
a really
hearing.
good
After,
time.
after this, we should go. All right, Bill. Do you feel like it's story time? Because I feel like it's story time. Unless you want to pay some bills. Bill.
All right, yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by Joaquin Phoenix's upper lip.
Mhm.
Joaquin Phoenix's upper lip.
Does he have one?
What the fuck happened?
Hey, which side of it is donating?
I think
to
it's
the
called a
podcast?
hair lip.
No, but okay,
Cleft lip.
a cleft
Well,
palate.
it's a cleft lip, but I'm surprised he doesn't talk like this.
He looks like he would talk like that, but he doesn't.
Charlie,
would
go
you,
100, baby. Just go all the fucking way and don't fucking stop. Choo choo! Here comes that Charlie train.
Charlie, would you say he looks like a real jungle dweller?
Oh, so I love it. I
Fuck you,
fucking-
communist! How you think you're gonna come back here in Rome and take my fucking throne?
Holy Christ!
We have to
all right.
shout him, baby.
Oh, we have to shout it. So good.
Okay, all right. So you guys
Okay,
ready
I'm ready.
for?
Yeah,
you
go
guys
ahead.
ready for story time?
Yeah, my
I'm
favorite
going to
part.
tell you guys about a magical time in a boy's life. My time in particular, where I lost my virginity.
The Bill's virginity story.
Hold on.
All
I
right,
just need to
hang on.
clarify.
I definitely don't want to interrupt this.
In a boy's life, I'm hoping the boy is you in this story.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
good. That's why I said my story in particular.
Where I
but it's
took
a
a boy's
it's
virginity.
where I took. No,
Yeah,
I'm not even going to complete that sentence. No, but I feel like it's a magical time in a young man's life, and this is my story. This is how mine went down. It was a crisp autumn evening
Oh boy.
in the year of our Lord
Oh.
203.
What?
It's the future.
203. The year 2003.
Was Marty McFly there?
He was.
Sorry, I made a cough in the mic.
No, it was I was with my best gal, and we were off to the hottest joint in town, which was a high school gym for the hottest event in town,
The
the homecoming
rally.
dance.
Ah.
The homecoming dance.
You try not to make this too funny because I really have to pee.
I was dressed to the nine, boys. Telling you.
Best
Nine
fat
boys.
farm you can buy.
I had my Fat Farm sneakers on. No,
Bowl
I
cut.
I didn't. I had a really nice suit. I spent a lot of money on it, and in my personal opinion, I feel like I looked really good. So
Like even looking back, you look
Hang on,
good.
like
yeah,
like
even by like today's standards, I
Good.
feel
what
like I
about
looked very
total
nice.
Fat Farm outfit? Good, like that kind of looking good, or
Beyond that, bud. Like just
beyond Fat Farm?
beyond Fat Farm.
I don't know if there's
It's like
anything,
Echo Unlimited.
any such thing.
Sean John.
All right, that was it. I'm shutting up.
All right, so I had a great time. We danced to such early 2000s crooners as the Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Yin Yang Twins.
Little Yin Yang Twins,
Mhm.
Yin Yang in this thing. Little Usher and Akon for the slow dances, you know.
Ursher? Yeah.
Usher,
Bone Crusher.
but not a lot of Bone Crusher.
Aw.
This is,
Well, he ain't never scared, so
he weren't. You don't want him to pop the trunk.
I believe that's Yellow,
Yellow Wolf.
No. Before that,
Okay,
Oh,
hang on.
yeah.
Nope,
Yellow
nope, nope.
Wolf
We're gonna
told
get
you
off
about
tangent.
motherfuckers, I
King
ain't never
Willie.
scared.
Yeah.
You don't want to go and make me pop the trunk. That was the same song.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I see it now. Okay.
I
I
think
know my Bone Crusher.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll shut the fuck up. Okay. Shutting the fuck
So
up.
no, we had a great time, and it was perfect. The night was going to go perfectly because my gal, she had the house to herself. Her pops was out of town. He was a very scary biker man, so that was good for me. He was going to be nowhere near his daughter while I was doing sex stuff to her. She was a bit older than me. I was a freshman. She was a sophomore.
she was the teacher.
She was a sophomore in college.
She was a
probably.
sophomore in college, but she was a late bloomer. She was actually 38. No,
IRCC, and she lived in Rocky Point.
no, she was a sophomore in high school, and I was a freshman. I was very excited because the plan was that we were going to do sex to each other that night. So I was
Oh my
I
god.
was looking forward
That's
to
the
it.
sound effect.
That's when I yeah, I was like yes. So, we went back to her house after a great night. It was very sweaty. I had sweated through like my
Because you dance hard.
shirt. Yeah, danced,
Yeah.
went hard in the paint that night, boys.
And in the taint later.
And well, yeah. So we get back to, and this girl had this shit planned out. She was like, wait in the living room. And I was like, okay,
Oh,
okay.
little Varsity Blues actually.
Yeah. So eventually she opens the door to her bedroom and she like sort of gives me the come hither signal, you know? So I walk in and I'm immediately met by the smell of a chocolate fudge brownie Yankee candle. And I don't know if you guys have ever smelt a chocolate fudge brownie Yankee candle, but it smells like diarrhea.
Oh.
It's terrible.
Oh no.
So I immediately comment on that. I'm like, it smells like shit in here.
Oh.
What happened?
Are you ready to fuck?
She was like, are you ready to fuck to the smells of poop? And so I moved past that. We end up having a magical time. And so we're laying there in bed. And, well, at least I had a great time.
Post-coitus?
Yeah. We're laying there in bed, post-coitus. And I look over at her and I was like, did you come, babe? And she looked over at
Oh,
me.
you asked? Okay.
She looked over at me and with the softest, sweetest voice said,
Nope.
no, I didn't come. That lasted, we've been in this room for 6 minutes in total, and 3.5 of them were spent on you complaining about how bad my candle smelled. And so I felt bad, of course, so I left the room to go to the bathroom, and I was going to like go call my boy and be like, still beat though.
Yo, face.
Um,
Hey, real
so-
quick, if you have to ask,
you didn't do it.
they didn't.
Yeah, but this is your virginity story, so
Yeah,
of
so I
course
didn't
you're
know.
a
I had
little
no
Oh,
conscious-
okay. You know
Yeah.
that by now.
I've learned things.
Yeah.
Not
So
a lot
many
but,
things.
yeah, I've learned things.
He's
So-
a rigger.
Oh, never mind. So I walk out of the bedroom to the sound of the door closing behind me. Only I thought that to be strange because I didn't close the door and the sound didn't come from behind me. So I looked to my right and Dad was home.
Hey.
And Dad,
And that was his candle.
Were you naked?
shirtless,
Okay.
coming out of his daughter's bedroom at like
After
12:30
coming-
in the morning.
After coming in his daughter's bedroom. Continue.
I totally did. She did not. But so he was like, "Who the hell are you?" And I went, "I'm Chris." And I'm pretty sure my voice cracked. Like,
Of course, yeah.
like even though I I didn't project a lot, I feel like my voice just like shot up a few octaves. I'm Chris.
Being in trouble with somebody else's parents
He
is
was like,
primal fear.
Get the hell out here. So I like walked into his living room and goes, sit down. And he puts me on like, he fucking like makes me sit down on his couch. And I was like, he's like, I'm going to go talk to my daughter. Where is she? I was like, she's in the bedroom. He's like, where you just came from with no shirt on? Yeah. So he walks in, he says 4 things. One of which is a command. The second is a declarative statement. The next 2 questions. Those 4 sentences were enough to make me want to run out of that fucking house, which I did. But let me tell you what the 4 sentences were.
Holy shit.
Baby, get up out that bed. I know you ain't sleeping. Why does it smell like shit in here? And why the hell are you naked? And so I didn't have my shoes on. All I had on was my dress pants, my cell phone in my pocket because I wanted to tell my friend, like, I just did sex. And
Do milk.
so as soon as he said that, I was like, I'm leaving. I have to leave. I just ran out her front door.
Oh, you fucking dipped?
I ran away.
Oh my god.
My dress shoes. I spent a lot of money on this shit. Never got it back. It's just gone.
Yeah, he
So
lost his deposit that night.
well, it wasn't a rental.
Well,
It was
I
like,
would say
purchased
he
this
lost 2
shit.
deposits that night.
So I ran out of her house down the street, called my friend who happened to have a car. I was like, you need to come pick me up.
That's lucky
and
at that time.
I just kept running.
I just kept running.
Running.
I started coming and then I just kept running. And I made it all the way out of the house and down the driveway, down the street. I hid in the bushes for about 45 minutes until my friend could come and pick me up. And he took me home. And my dad was like, where the hell is the rest of your suit?
Oh, yeah, your side.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah.
Where the hell's the rest of your suit? I was like, Dad, I did sex. The girl's dad caught me.
Oh, you were just straight up. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, because I mean it's Big Bill. You know, what am I going to lie to Big Bill?
Your parents seem pretty easygoing.
I was like, yeah, I was doing sex. You caught it. I had to run. I was going to call you, but
Shoes gone forever.
so yeah, we probably lost like $300 on the shirt and the jacket and the shoes. It's
I-
like,
If I was your dad, I would go retrieve them.
yeah, and my dad totally could have been like, yeah, my son was over here deep dicking your daughter, but I'm going to need to go ahead and get.
Holy shit.
He wouldn't have said it like that. He would have been very,
Maybe shallow dicking.
yeah, very shallow. So, but he was like, so you were doing sex, huh? I was like, yep. He was like, did you use a condom? I went, yeah, which was a lie.
What
And,
are what are those?
What are those?
Yeah, for sure. And he was like, all right, son, well, I'm proud of you. I was like, for what?
Well,
I was
I'm
like,
proud
what
of
part
you.
of that
Well,
story?
hang on for a couple things.
That
If I was
sounds
your
like
dad,
if Eeyore was proud of you.
A, I'm
Well,
proud
I'm proud of you.
because you lost your virginity. B, I'm proud because you got out of there scot-free, relatively.
Yep.
I think if you got out of there, getting caught and getting out of there with only losing some articles of clothing is a win.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you didn't leave a cell phone or a wallet or anything like
Nope.
actually important. Yeah.
I mean, I really didn't have anything else at the time. I was 14.
So, did you guys continue to date after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
for like
okay.
a solid 3
And
months.
then you
after
met
that.
the dad again, etc.
And yeah, I ended up being formally introduced to the man. He did not like me at all.
Oh,
Why?
Throughout the
That's weird.
entirety.
Did he ever say why?
I don't get it.
He never explained that, which is weird.
Strange.
Did he have your jacket, shirt, and shoes framed with like a rifle over the top of the?
Yeah, you go
like a
ahead and get
bounty?
back, boy.
There's bullet holes through him.
No, but I mean, I met him and we spoke a few times, but there was always just he didn't like me, and it was
Yeah.
apparent, and it was obvious why, and I never blamed him for that. But yeah, we dated for another 3 months after that, and as most youthful relationships go, it just sort of fizzled out, and
Sure.
that was that.
All right.
But that was the
But you
that was
did
the
it.
story of me losing my virginity.
Literally.
Yeah.
Hey.
I did it, and
Here, high five, Mike.
and then never again.
The high
Never
five,
sex
Mike.
again?
Never, no sex ever.
Never.
again.
No sex since.
No sex since. That was
I have a
16 years ago.
a pretty long history of parents really me getting along with parents of girlfriends. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, wow, he's a really nice young man, blah, 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 blah. Except for,
Chuck taking a pee break.
and
Yep, pee break.
Okay.
and
Chuck taking a pee
stop
break.
on
In
the,
high-
a literal train.
in high school, I was a sophomore and she was a freshman, and we dated for about a year. And she had the largest rack in the entire school by a mile, and it was just tantalizing to me. And I was like, wow, and that's really the basis of our relationship. Like that was
That's her
seriously,
breaks.
yeah, everything was surrounded by that. Anyway,
The crux of a relationship.
so I got invited to her Catholic confirmation, and I went, and I've been atheist pretty much my whole life, and more not militant about it, but more hardcore about it, in my young adult life. But at that point, I was like, no, I don't, whatever, I didn't really
Right.
have a stance one way or the other, but I knew that I didn't believe. That's all I knew.
Right.
So I went anyway, didn't say a word one way or the other about it, being very respectful. Got up and did the fucking communion thing. I ate the Jesus bread and the blood wine or whatever the fuck they
Did you
use.
get the cracker or the bread?
It was a weird mix of both. It was like a spongy cracker. So maybe the bread, because it was like bread.
They have miniature loaves.
It was weird.
Interesting.
It was very fucking weird. Anyway, so she gets confirmed. She gets another name, however that works. So we're walking from.
I believe it's something like Muhammad Allah Jabbar is what they convert to. If I'm not,
Yeah, of
if
course.
I'm not
And then she
mistaken.
covered her entire body, and I was like, I can't see the boobs. I'm out. So we were walking from the actual church, the hall, whatever you want to call it, to the center they have on the property for gatherings and events and stuff, where
Right.
food was and
Is that
everything.
the official title? The Center for Gatherings and Food and Stuff.
It says
They're
it right
not very
across the hall.
creative.
The Derek
So-
Zoolander Center for people who can't read good and want to learn how to do things and stuff.
and other things too.
So we're walking there, and Brittany had come over. That's her name, by the way. She came over and she goes, "Hey, I know obviously it's probably uncomfortable for you, being really cool about it." I was like, "No, it's whatever. I'm fine, whatever." And so we were talking, and to her dad, I guess at the time, very, very loud. This guy used to box when he was in his 20s, and very alpha male douchebag kind of guy, right?
Right.
And so he looked, from him looking at us, not hearing us, might have looked like we were arguing, but we weren't at all. And so he comes over to me because he knows that I don't believe in God, because it had come up at some point. He comes over to me and he puts his finger, and this guy is 6'2", 6'3", and he's bigger too.
Big fella.
So he's 300 pounds. And he
Okay.
puts his finger on my face. I'm 15. And he goes, "Don't you give my daughter any fucking shit tonight, all right?" In my face. And I'm like, and I didn't know what to
Okay.
say. And then he walked away. And I'm like, when we're walking to go to this community center where all these families are and all of her fucking friends, and I'm just feeling like shit.
This
and,
is going to
really,
be real awkward.
yeah, I was really intimidated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Awful
So,
colorful language.
and I was
for a
also
confirmation,
really
too.
upset about it because
It's church. It's okay.
I've always
Yeah.
been a pretty
No
sensitive
fucking
dude.
shit.
So being yelled at by a large man like that, especially when I was already uncomfortable as it was, brought a slight. I watered a little bit in my eyes. I didn't cry, but I had a little bit of water
That's
in my eyes.
that was like going home for me.
It was fucked. Oh, God damn.
What'd you do, boy?
So we get there anyway. It's really
that was not
it's
my response.
more uncomfortable than it could have been. I'm just just there to be there because I can't leave because they fucking drove me and he had to drive me home. Very weird. So anyway, a couple days later, he owned a jewelry store. He still does, which is local, but it was at a different building.
You want to plug them real quick?
Nope, I don't. And
butt plug.
and she goes, Brittany comes up to me one day at school a couple days later, and she goes, "Hey, my dad feels like an asshole, probably at the behest of her mom and her, right?
Mostly.
And he wants to apologize in person. He feels really bad about it, blah blah blah." Because I explained that we weren't arguing.
This
Anyway.
sounds like a trap.
So
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I mean, okay, if he wants to apologize, great. So we walked to where his jewelry store is, or his office after school. It was only a couple blocks away, and we get up there, and it looks like a wake. I get into his office, and is her mom's there, and then somebody else I don't fucking know, and another person I don't know, maybe office staff, and they're standing there with like their hands folded
There's
in front
a
of them.
potluck going on.
Yeah, it's
a
fucking
casket.
weird. They're like standing with their hands in front of them and like looking all like really like downtrodden. Like, what the fuck?
Well, they were
this?
preparing for your potential death.
So I'm like the most
Or
uncomfortable. I'm just
baptism.
fighting through it because I'm so uncomfortable. So I get up there and he walks up to me and I'm like, don't know what to do. So I'm like I probably looked like a rabbit.
Yeah.
I want to say I probably looked like a cheetah ready to sprint away, but I looked probably like a rabbit in a trap. And he looks at me and he doesn't say anything and he just hugs me. And like a cartoon hug where my arms are pinned to my sides and he's a giant man. So he's bear hugging me. And I'm like, I don't say anything. He's like, listen, Mike, I respect you. My daughter said you're very kind to her and you take care of her. And I was out of line. And so he's like, so I wanted to apologize and I wanted to give you this. And he
A
turns
diamond
around
engagement
and
ring.
he has like a jewelry box, like multi-tiered. And it's like the drawer. So it looks like a video game jewelry box because there's like stuff pulled out slightly and like laying over the drawers and necklaces hanging and bracelets and charms and all fucking manner of random
He's got
shit.
it all set up so that he can either choose one that's really expensive or choose one that's like Kubrick zirconia.
Yeah, he pulled out all the bullshit, right?
And hovering over it inexplicably was the letter A with a green circle around it. And you're like, huh.
So he goes, I just, I want you to pick something and it's yours. I don't, whatever it is. And just as like an apology. And it was,
You should have walked over to the most expensive section and just been like, I want that.
listen,
Take the whole box to an appraiser.
it was pure power of will that I was even putting one foot in front of the other. Because I was already surrounded by people I didn't fucking know besides my girlfriend. This large man had yelled at me and now hugged me. Very weird. And then he offered me jewelry, but everyone's fucking quiet and there's like 8 people in the room and they're all just looking at me. And he has me walk over like it's some sort of coronation to pick out a piece of fucking jewelry that'll make things great. So I was like, this. And I grabbed it and I got a weird look from the dad. And I was like, and he goes, sure, if that's what you want, great. And that was the end of it. And then it finds out later that it was a fucking woman's charm bracelet. Of course it was, right? So I never recovered from that man because he tried. And I picked out the fucking girl bracelet, which shouldn't have fucking been in there, by the way, if it was a gift to me.
It was a fucking trap. It was a trap.
And then I was always the fucking shithead. He never liked me, and that's the end of that story.
But how many HP did it boost?
Oh, I threw it away, by the way.
Oh, okay.
For the record. I got home and I was like, fuck
Zero
that
HP.
fucking guy. Fuck this. That sucks.
Did you throw it away like post breakup or like immediately after you got it? Like you walked out and like, fuck this thing.
Yeah, like as soon as I got home, because I wanted to do it in front of
Right.
Brittany. The other thing is that at the time was also I was really experimenting with hooking up, not sex. I had sex before this, but I was really experimenting with the actual foreplay stuff. And so since I couldn't go to her house, and he wouldn't let her come to my house. We went to the movies every Friday night like clockwork for the entire year that we were dating. And in the movie theater, the one that we all go to.
You did the thing that I was talking about last week. You
The
fingered
top
her in the
left-
movie theater.
Not just that, I tried things I've never done before. We A to Z, we did it in the movie theater. And the one thing I remember is that during Attack of the Clones,
The worst of all.
during the scene where they're all in the courtyard having the giant lightsaber fight, she was performing oral sex upon me. And she had always, oh man, how do I fucking talk about this? She'd always taken it like a champ for the end. She finished like a champion. Okay.
Yep.
But this was the time she decided she wasn't going to, or she didn't realize I was that close. So she came up out of nowhere and I was like, oh no. And I'm not going to not finish. So I put my hand down there and I'm like, just don't, at the time I didn't care because you're living in the moment. And
Yeah.
you're like, this is happening and it feels great. And then I was like, and I was wearing gray pants at the time. Don't even know what material they were. And it was just
Heather gray sweatpants.
listen, it was that
It's
color,
juicy on
but
the
they
back.
weren't sweatpants. And I'm like, oh, and it was like So the way I hit it, and I did, by the way, her dad picked us up that night from the fucking
Fuck.
movies. I put my thumbs in my pants like some people walk,
Yeah.
and then I scrunched both pants up in my hands, so my pants looked like high waiters because I had scrunched up the gross wet part and just had it crumpled up in my hands and walked out of the theater into the car.
You should have just dumped a Coca-Cola on your lap.
Yeah,
Listen. That was my. I was like, I just have to hide it.
Can we go back to the term hooking up? Do you remember when it was like the most ambiguous term of all time?
It still fucking
hooking up
is.
could mean you fucked, you kissed, you did oral sex.
Yeah, I
you
feel like it's
felt
still
a booby.
ambiguous.
It's still ambiguous.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Now, I remember arguing when I was dating my wife. I remember
When I
arguing
was
with her
dating
about
my
it.
wife.
I was like, hooking up. What does that mean? She's like, what do you mean? What does it mean? I'm like, well, doesn't it have like 86
I made a
definitions?
chart of all the sex things we could do, and if you could just pick out the ones that apply.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like choosing an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
What toppings would you like?
I would like sprinkles on my blowjob, please.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Hot fudge.
same girl? Tried the Pop
not
Rocks?
Too hot.
The Pop Rocks blowjob thing?
Same girl, my wife?
Oh no! No! Absolutely not. My girl, from my story, tried the Pop Rocks
My
blowjob thing.
girl.
Awful, bad, hurt, cut, really bad.
In the
Don't do it.
urethra.
It's all bad.
Okay, yeah.
Mentos and Pop
It's
Rocks.
like exfoliating your
And
dick,
Coke.
but with sugar. Yeah.
My
Anyway,
girl,
sorry, I know it's overly
my
sexual, but
girl.
it
I
was
think,
bad.
yeah,
yeah, we're over
I
time.
think that was a hell of a finale.
Yeah,
y'all got yourself a double story time.
yeah.
So,
Two people came on this show.
yeah. That's true.
And Charlie went, but then he came back.
So Charlie
For all
did-
we know, he did work one out while he was in there.
Yeah.
I
fair.
started way earlier before y'all got here, so I had to take a bathroom break.
Oh,
That's
you were
fair.
edging
Drinking.
the entire episode.
Oh, are we still talking about? Yeah, got it. You were.
We
were-
got here at 6. You guys got here at 7:30.
Oh,
yeah.
were
So you
both
had plenty
edging
of
the whole-
time.
Yeah.
I started.
We were
drinking
edging
at
each
6.
other.
Yeah. So
Oh.
Charlie had plenty of time to get started before he was ready to go,
Gotcha. Okay.
and you just maintained it. That's
Yeah.
wow.
He was edging. It was
Follow
incredible.
the illiteral Instagram page.
Which is a literal show.
Yeah.
So is the Twitter. So is the SoundCloud. So is alliteralshow.com is a thing as well.
Castbox.
Yeah, we're on everything. Whatever your favorite podcast app is,
Yep.
we're on that shit. Just look for a literal.
And
there.
we're still really new, so seriously, it sounds really cliche, but however you feel, write it down and hit click because we're so new that we're reading everything that is commented. Whether
yeah,
it's
we
email
appreciate
or-
your feedback, whether it's negative or positive. We don't care. We want real feedback.
Yep.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything but time, and it really helps us out.
realize.
Realize. We want you to live, laugh, and love.
Yep.
That's probably the core tenet of
And
our
if
show.
you get the chance to sit it out or dance, we hope you dance.
Yeah. And when you're dancing, you must live, laugh,
Love.
and love. There's
Oh,
no
wow.
or.
No.
Yeah.
Or slashes or hyphens.
No. You can't.
And certainly not any comments.
And remember, if you wipe front to
Please
back,
hold while we
Yeah.
think of more cliched comments. To throw in.
you just got to give it all you got. You got to go out there and give it 110%, guys.
You got to go out
you got
there
to put it
and
all
just
on the line.
live every day like it's your last.
The Florida Georgia line.
You got to
Don't put it there.
Live like you were dying.
look.
Yeah.
God is good, beer is great, and people are crazy.
Amen, sister.
Wow.
Yeah, I love this bar.
Good night.